Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number RM1200-12-629. This is an example of, it's a simple piece of hardware, but it's an example of finished hardware at its best, meaning there's there's not a lot happening with this piece of hardware, except what I'm trying to say is it's a beautiful piece of solid stainless steel in a polished finish. Don't even want to get my fingerprints on it. So this is an RM1200. That means that it is it's a door pull. But generally, you're going to see this on cabinets, millwork, casework sort of applications. Not full-size man doors, but where you have cabinetry. But you're going to use something like this when you are looking to make something special, something custom, something elegant. This is material that is solid stainless, that is in a polished finish. Okay, there's nothing happening to this other than it's raw stainless and a polished finish, meaning it's going to be incredibly durable, incredibly elegant, being architectural metal, stainless steel. The RM1200 is representative of what this item is, meaning it is a pull with a couple of posts at specific dimensional properties, and let's take a closer look at that now. There is a link below this video to a document called Printable Cut Sheet. That's going to tell us a couple of typical dimensions. I guess I can't avoid it. I'll have to wipe it off when I'm done. 1/2 inch diameter. It's going to have a projection of 1 3/8 from the face of the door to the outside of the unit itself. You can see it's closer to about 1 5/16. So the inside dimension is going to be about 13/16. Okay. The only thing that's not derived out of RM1200 is the length. Now this is 12 inch. That means that its center to center dimension is 12 inch. Okay. Now the question becomes is what's the overall length? What's that relationship? Well, that's loosely defined, and it can be tailored unless you tell us that you want something atypical. The overall length is going to be generally 1 7/8 longer than the center to center. And indeed, and I obviously didn't make that up, that comes from Rockwood, and indeed the overall length is about 13 7/8. So 1 7/8 greater. Now, if you want a 12-inch center and you want 16-inch overall length, it's not going to be a problem at all. We might need to classify it as a larger size, possibly a greater cost when you exceed that 1 7/8, but not always. You know, if it's it has to be obviously more than the standard before it falls into something. You would be better off ordering the next longest piece and then defining your center to center and defining to us your overall length. Rockwood is going to happily make this at any size, and happily make any size should be their legal middle name because that's what they do very well. This is a typical piece of cabinet hardware in the sense that it's cabinet hardware, just as elegant cabinet hardware. Couple of 832 by 1 inch, what they would say TH, truss head machine screw is what they're trying to say there. I'd say it's probably just more like a pan head. And that's going to work appropriately for your 3/4 inch material, your cabinet fronts, your drawer fronts. Why are you going to use something bigger like this? Well, very typically when you have taller cabinets. If you've got 12-foot ceilings in a kitchen, it's going to be pretty odd for those cabinets to stop at about 80 inch, right? So that's going to run up quite taller. Your doors are going to be taller. The cabinet hardware should be larger as well. Not should be, but you would typically see it commiserate in proportion with the overall size. I can't see this going onto a drawer. That'd be an awfully big drawer. But I have seen large pulls on drawers. You might actually consider putting this on like the pull-out for the trash in the kitchen. Having a nice handle like that where you're separating the mounting points out might be really nice, because sometimes that can get a little, it could require some force to get it to move. There's also a link below this video to a document called Mounting Drawings, which is going to show you, it's like Henry Ford and the Model T you know, as long as you want black. They're only going to through bolt these. You do get an option in terms of the size of the screw. Actually, that's not even accurate. This is good. That will only show you the Type 1 in terms of that it's through bolted. What they're saying is they can't back-to-back mount these, and it will not be those sizes. It's an 832 screw for an RM1200, and I'm going to see if I've got a better drawing. There's also then backup. Speaking of back-to-back mount, you can do those in this. You just have to order the RM1210. There's actually a link below this video to that different model. It's a different part number. Then the product catalog is handy because it will allow you to see the different pull handles. And that RM1210, the reason they can back-to-back mount it is because it's a 5/8 diameter, and they need that minimum size to be able to bolt things back-to-back. So if you're open to suggestion on your handles, look at that product catalog. This is the RM1200, which means it's a square end. You can do the same in a round end, which would be an RM1240. Radius top end. You might like that look. I think we saw a lot more of the square end. I do get into the grip zone stuff occasionally. The square-ended grip zone, like an RM1300, that's pretty cool stuff if you want that two-tone sort of look between a satin or a polished stainless, more likely polished, with that matte, not peened, but textured look. That's a nice look as well. Okay. The rest of the extended description information down below, nothing we've not already covered. So I will end this video by saying there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page, where you can pull up not only all of the Rockwood products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I'm quite partial to Rockwood, and it's because of their exceptional output in some different areas, namely caliber of technical support. They're exceptional. Their prompt, reliable shipping lead times is to be studied by the industry and figured out how they are so good at it. The quality of the fit and finish is always impressive. You can go back, and in our website we have archival vintage catalogs of hardware manufacturers going back to the 19th century. You can absolutely connect what Rockwood is making today to stuff that was made, you know, just after the Civil War. There is a lineage of high quality architectural metals, manufacturing, and Rockwood maintains the integrity of the lineage of the American hardware manufacturer because of that high quality fit and finish that they put. They're not the only one, but they're the most complete package that you can put together in lots of different departments. If you're in the industry, you're certainly familiar with them. Their catalog there on the manufacturer's page will show you the accessories, but then there's also the architectural catalog, which will have the RM series in it. If you have any questions on the RM1200-12 or at a 629 finish, polished stainless, or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.